And moving along through the card, in this fight we got a really fun matchup between Ismael Bonfim and Benoit Saint-Denis. Two guys that have came to the UFC, made an impact, and had fun performances. Bonfim, he had a good performance on the Contender Series, coupled that with his highlight reel knockout win over Terrence McKinney, and now he's one of the biggest prospects in the weight class in the sport, in the UFC currently, his brother as well. And Benoit Saint-Denis debuted at 170 against Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos and showed insane heart in that fight to survive. And, I don't think we're going to see that ref that let him be a warrior in the UFC reffing very much anymore. But crazy fight where he probably took way too much damage and was allowed to continue against Zaleski. But he just came down to his original weight class since then, and he's looked good, man. He got a knockout victory in his last fight, and he's someone that is a military guy, and he brings that type of heart to the fight. He goes in there, and he's looking to take you out. He's looking to push the pace, make it a war, and he could take damage to give damage, and he usually finishes you. He's got a submission win and a knockout win at 155. So he's a tough test for Ismael Bonfim because he's never going to quit on himself, and he's going to be hard to get out of there. But Bonfim on the feet is a lot more skilled. When you look at Benoit Saint-Denis, he has a long reach, and because of the feint of the takedown, sometimes opponents can let him close the distance with straight punches and connect on him just because they don't know if he's going to level change or not. And then he will mix in pretty good kicks on the outside, some hard kicks. But he crosses the distance hands down. His defense definitely leaves a lot to be desired. And I think the jab of Bonfim is going to be something that's landing early and often and really is a big difference maker in the fight. And Bonfim, he has the grappling in his back pocket, but in this one he wants to keep it standing, use that jab, use his ability to pull counter, and just use his distance control to touch Saint-Denis whenever he tries to close the distance. Maybe try to land those uppercuts and flying knees like he did in his last fight when Saint-Denis is level changing. So you could either land that and go home early, or maybe even get Saint-Denis to kind of be a little bit weary to go for the takedowns because those dangerous strikes are coming. But I think on the feet, Bonfim has a clear advantage. He could just keep the distance and touch Benoit as he tries to come in, and Benoit's going to need to take some shots, get on the inside, and land some power shots or some shots that change the tide of the fight to be competitive standing. And obviously, if Benoit Saint-Denis can get on top, then he's a beast there, and that's where he could easily have a lot of success in this fight. But Bonfim, with his ability to control the distance, his takedown defense, and then him as well having good grappling, I don't think that he's just going to get dominated on the ground by Saint-Denis. And I think that his skill level on the feet is going to offset that dog that Saint-Denis has in him. And I think that Bonfim definitely could get him out of there. I'm actually going to pick Bonfim to win by knockout. But he's going to have to really, really hurt Benoit Saint-Denis to get him out of there, which I think he's going to do. And if they got a better ref this time that steps in, I'll say that Ismael Bonfim gets this one done by second round knockout.